Guys, so today I'm going to be doing this little tutorial. I found this picture online. Usually I find my pictures on Instagram, or I just do a Google search, or some like Facebook makeup pages post them, and I just save them onto my computer. And yeah, let's get on to the tutorial. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is put on our primer, like always. I'm using the e.l.f. one, it's my favorite one. It's only $1. Then I'm going to put my NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk, mouthful, all over my lid. And then a little bit in the crease also, because we want that red to pop. You could use your finger to blend this out, or a brush. My favorite one is the Mary Kay Cream Eye Color / Concealer brush. I love this. Like, even though it's a brush, like the cream products don't dry onto it, so you don't have to wash it all the time. It's awesome. Alright, okay, but don't put that away because we're going to be putting that on the waterline later for that orange. Oops. I'm going to take an eye shading brush. This is a Sigma E55. Not my favorite brush, but it gets the job done. And I'm taking this Shany 40 palette. I know it's called like the boutique palette or something like that now. But I'm going to take this light pink right in the middle there, and then just put that all over my lid. So that was easy enough. A lot of that's gonna get covered up by the liner anyway, so yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to take this pointed crease type brush. This is actually from Tokidoki and it's discontinued, but you can get it on eBay and Amazon, I believe. So if you really like this trio of eye brushes, these are probably like literally some of the best makeup brushes that I own. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to be taking that red and then just putting that in the crease. These are literally the softest brushes in the world. Granted, it is a little bit hard to blend over something that's a little bit tacky, like the white base that I used, but still, these blend like amazing. And this is so good for like getting like right in the crease because it is like so tapered. I love it. I want to see if like I could find like some dupes for it, because these are discontinued, and like I'm sure most brushes don't really like last forever. Then I'm going to take some of that orange. This isn't the most pigmented orange, but that's okay because we're just blending out that red a little bit. Okay, so my brother threw a rock at my window, so Sorry about that, I'm out of breath. I'm going to take this kind of a shade. It's kind of like a peachy skin tonish type shade. Kind of like a salmony, peachy thing. Then I'm just going to blend that out. Then I'm going to take a shimmery white. And this is Coastal Scents Polar Bear. It's just a shimmery white. And I'm taking that Tokidoki brush. And using the M highlight. And then for this purple, I'm going to be using the Coastal Scents Violetta. It's like that. It's perfect for this. Like, I couldn't have a more perfect shade for this. So then I'm taking my little Essential Tools pencil brush from Walmart. I also am in love with these brushes. These are also like some of the best brushes I own. And then I'm just going to kind of connect that so it's just a nice little circle. I'm just taking it down a little bit, kind of with a lighter hand, because I did mess up on this side a little bit, but then I fixed it, because it was like way too low. But then I just kind of blended it out with a skin tone shade and it was fine. And then I'm going to take that other purple shade. I know it looks blue, but it's purple. And that is in Eggplant. Oh, Edgy Eggplant. From Coastal Scents. And then I'm just going to put that right on the lash line. I'm not bringing it down any farther. And then I'm going to take this little Real Techniques base shadow brush. Comes in that kit. And I'm going to take more of that purple. And then just kind of blend that out a little bit more. Not too low. That looks pretty good. Then if you need to, like I said, just take a skin tone shade and blend it out a little bit. And then, where did I put that? Oh yeah. Like always, if you watch my tutorials, I'm going to be using the Glamour Doll Eyes Eyeshadow in Electric Chair for the inner corner. And this little paintbrush that isn't a makeup brush, it's a paintbrush. But it works perfectly for this. So I'm just putting that in there a little bit and then a tiny bit on top. I'm going to put the white base on my waterline. If you have a white eyeliner, use that. Or you could use this. I don't think I have a white eyeliner, so I'm just going to use this because it works. And then I'm going to take this little Ecotools smudge brush that comes in an eye kit. And then this sleek makeup palette called Acid. And then I'm going to be using that bright neon orange. You can get this on eBay if you want this exact palette. And then I'm just going to put that right on top. this isn't irritating my eyes at all, so, I mean, this one, you have to wait for it to dry a little bit, then it will feel like nothing is there. I don't know how long it will last because I have never used this technique, so I will update on how long this lasts. I will check every hour. I definitely recommend this Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner Plus Serum. I hate that it has such a long name, but for that double wing, I definitely recommend this eyeliner because it has the finest tip, and I don't really like felt tips. I feel like they're too stiff and I just can't do it. But while I'm doing this, I can't talk, otherwise I will mess it up, so I'm not going to be talking, but you can watch. It is a little bit tricky to do this, so yeah, you might just kind of have to practice. I don't know. I got it right the first time, which I was actually really impressed with myself for doing. So of course my freaking camera dies right in the middle when I'm doing a tutorial. So I started watching Hell's Kitchen. What episode am I on? I don't know. But let me know if you guys watch that and what characters, I wouldn't really call them characters, which people you like. I really like, I don't even remember what her name is. But anyway, she's skinny, she has long blonde hair. I like her. And for guy, I like that Italian guy that was like really into making pizza and stuff like that. Okay, back to the tutorial. So I'm gonna do this eyeliner. Then I'm going to use my mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Lash Up Butterfly Mascara, but I need to curl my lashes first. I love this mascara. I was gonna do false lashes, but I'm just like, I really don't feel like it right now. And this is the closest mascara that gives me a false lash effect. I'm not the biggest fan of how it applies on the bottom, just because it's a little bit tricky, but I guess it got done. Just make sure you try to cover up that white eyeliner. It's kind of hard not to get it on your lashes with such a big tip on that eyeshadow pencil. But yeah, I think we're done, son. Also, while my camera was charging, I was looking up to see if I could find any orange eyeliners, and I couldn't really find any pencil ones other than MAC and Jordana, which I don't really have access to. I mean, I do, but I would have to order it online, and I don't really like ordering stuff online that much. So, yeah. But for gel, I was thinking probably Inglot might have one, or like the Makeup Forever Aqua Creams, there might be an orange one. Other than that, there really isn't a lot of orange like eyeliners out there, so I don't know. I'm gonna look into that. Maybe buy one, test it out, something. Maybe NYX has one. I'm really not sure, but I really wasn't going too in depth. I just typed in orange eyeliner on Google and looked at some of the first things that popped up. So yeah. Oh yeah. On my cheeks, I have the Rimmel Stay Blush Liquid Cheek Tint in Pop of Pink. And the Hard Candy Contouring Face Trio in 3 Times a Lady, except I didn't use the blush. But I used the bronzer and the highlight. I love this palette. It just gives the most natural contour. Like, it's not orange at all. And I love it so much. And as you guys probably saw in my haul, this Sonia Kashuk brush, I absolutely love doing my contour with this. Like, it's an unhealthy obsession. It's not the softest brush in the world, but like the shape, you can't find something like this in the drugstore, which is really sad. But I mean, you can, but it would be a lot bigger. I know Ecotools has a brush kind of similar to this, but it's like huge, and I feel like it's more meant for your body. So I don't know. Drugstore needs to get it on with their shapes. Like, I don't like basic shapes. I like fun, new shapes. And for lips, I used the MAC Sushi Kiss lipstick. Whoa, that looks way brighter on the camera than it is in person. In person, it's more like dark. It's not as pastel as it looks on the camera. And I'll do a little swatch, because I absolutely love this color, and it's permanent now, so you guys can go get it if you missed out on it. It's so pretty. I'll compare it to like an actual orange. If I can find it here. Yeah. This is Revlon Siren, and this is like an orange. It's more like juicy. It's not as like peachy and like pastel-y. See? It looks a lot more toned down compared to that. So I think this goes really well with that. And then on top of that lipstick, I put the NYX Girls Gloss, or Round Gloss, whatever you want to call it, in the shade Whipped. Just a nude gloss that I really like. So yeah. I love this look a lot. I think it's so pretty. So yeah. That's basically it. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I love talking to you guys down in the comments. It's probably my favorite thing about YouTube, is talking with you guys about makeup and just fun stuff. All my links to my social media are down below, and we can talk there if you guys want. So yeah, I'm gonna get going, and I will see you guys later. Bye!